Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. You already know what it is, man. We back with another one of them things. We appreciate everybody for checking with us, man. We're going to get straight into it. We ain't going to waste a whole lot of time with the people. We do got a star-studded panel. We got a star-studded chat. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with me all over across the globe. Shout out my man Supersonic. Shout out Bays. You already know what it is. We about to get into a whole lot of politics and a lot of shit. And I mean, we about to talk about how Lonzo Ball can affect this well-oiled machine. Pause. In terms of the Chicago Bulls, DeMar DeRozan is cooking right now. Zach LaVine is out. You see Ayo Dosunmu doing his thing. Kobe White. I mean, the list goes on. We're gonna be going on for days if we just continue to talk about what these guys are doing, right? The Bulls look like what's up with Zach? I don't think they're going to accomplish their championship goals without a healthy Zach LaVine. So we'll be patiently awaiting that situation. But nonetheless, Lonzo will be back next month, ladies and gentlemen. Just be ready. So it's time to think about how they can affect this team. Right now, the Bulls are surging. I mean, damn, the Bulls don't look no better. I'm telling you, no matter who the hell is in there, no matter who the hell is out, the Bulls is continuing to cook up and cook up and cook up. The Bulls definitely look like they conference finals bound. You see Miami turning up the heat. We're going to definitely get into that double overtime. You already know what it is. It's Flight Sports. Shout out to y'all. Rave Kingdom, what's your thoughts on all this stuff, man? Talk to the people.
Nah, man, that's gonna be the new Flight Sports TV hymn. Nah, I'm joking around. Nah, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone, man. Appreciate whoever's watching. It's a little, man. It's just we could best definitely talk it up a little bit about it, because things is happening. They did say that the buyout market, that the Bulls was going to make a move. And that move was Tristan Thompson. How I feel on him, I don't see how he moves the needle. I know there's some good points people can point out about that. So we'll have to see about that. It's just you were asking a guy named Tristan Thompson who has now been on the fourth team in less than a year, like he's getting like literally shipped left and right. He's back and forth. And is this the same Tristan Thompson that can really go out there and grab boards and set screens and block rim protect? We'll see. I haven't seen any like youth I haven't seen any anything too great from what I've seen. I saw him play on the Kings a little bit. He got a few rebounds. I've seen him play on the Boston Celtics and whatever other team that he was on. And it just, I don't know. It's just, there's a reason that you just get shipped out like that because they're shipping the hell out of him. And, for me, he looks a little older. But nevertheless, and I don't think Trent Thompson is the last move. They might even pick up someone else on the buyout market. We'll see. Because I do know the Bulls are looking for people on the buyout market. And
Yeah, well, I mean, they just got my man Tristan, so I don't know if there's anybody else in the cars. Did you hear anybody else?
yeah, Gary Harris is in talks. I hope they don't do that. We're just adding fucking older people. Just like whatever, bro. They're not getting them, but I'm not getting them yet. It's just in talks. If Gary Harris joins the damn Bulls, I'm gonna be mad. Good God. The truth of the matter is, this is the truth that the Bulls have to be ready, and I'm glad that they're trying to be ready. When Zoe comes back, will they take the initiative to create the team to where, okay, how can we play playoff type basketball, championship type basketball, and that ISOing is not going to really do it. It's not going to really go across that line. It's going to take Demar to uh, put himself in a situation on that Bulls team to uh, not only to score but facilitate, play defense, run up the court. It's the same thing with Zach. He's gonna take him to go out there, run, hustle, and play defense. And those guys have to take that. They have to be committed to that because that's the only way a team can be very successful is if they commit. And that's
Right.
one thing I think Lonzo Ball doesn't get enough credit to it because,
Well,
uh,
committing.
yes, committing because people gotta give respect to Lonzo Ball because if you tell Lonzo Ball to commit something, he's gonna commit to something. So,
Right.
uh, and I think for me, I just wish people could understand that the Chicago Bulls have to commit to playing defense, commit to playing the way it's supposed to be played. Because this team, if they play correctly, if they commit to what they're supposed to do, then they are a team that it can be very, very deadly in the playoffs. Very, very deadly even in the championship. Yes, I said it, the championship, because there's a lot of teams that I thought would look better. Okay, we got guys on the Brooklyn Nets. Yes, they're doing their thing. One minute they're the number one team in the East. The next minute they're the number fourth in the East. So
Right.
and before you know, you see the East getting smacked by the Pistons. You see the Nets getting smacked by the Pistons by 30. You're trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. And yes, I've seen it before. I've seen Joel Embiid be this monster that he is and dropping 50 and 60 points. Yes, Joel Embiid dropping 56 points, killing little dudes in the paint. But then one moment he's crying and getting destroyed in the first round of the playoffs. Okay, we're just keeping it 100, right? So
Yeah.
we never know. To me, I think Flash Receiver said it before best, the East is wide open. You never know. I promise you. Just y'all put your little cards onto something. That's what y'all did last season. Y'all put all y'all cards on the Brooklyn Nets. And they gonna win it all. They gonna win it all. What happened? They did it. So
Yeah, don't
how
put
you
your
gonna
money
put
on the
it?
line.
Exactly. Don't be putting all your cards on the team. So
But
the
so what
team
you
East
saying?
is open.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is the East is open, man. That's the truth.
No, it is. Like I said, there's definitely some formidable opponents. Definitely if the Bulls were able to get to that goal, they're gonna have to knock out some of these heavyweights. Right now, currently the Bulls are second in the Eastern Conference. You already know they're headed into the All-Star break. They're tied with the Miami Heat. Miami holds the tiebreakers, looking like. So it's going to be pivotal for this team to get up there and rise the rankings because the East, like you said, is wide open. I got people telling me watch out for Cleveland. I don't even really. I ain't gonna say I don't believe in them, but I just think they're a young team. You got to definitely some of these teams surging like Brooklyn. I think they're gonna turn it on. They just made that move. Philadelphia, they're gonna turn it on. So it's some teams that's on the back burner where you want to stay the hell away from. You don't want to see Philly. You don't want to see the Nets in the first round. I mean, that'd be a nightmare. That'd be like the worst shit ever. You understand if they end up facing one of those teams in the first round, especially Brooklyn. Because right now they're the eighth seed. They could easily fall to 7. It could happen. You know, who
Right.
knows? The Bulls chasing number one. You know, and like I said, the Nets looking like they locked up in that number 8 seed. So it's gonna be interesting to see how all this shit gonna play out. You know, what about Ayo Dosunmu? You know, players like that. These guys have really been excelling. Give these guys credit. You know, without Zach, you got Kobe White balling. You know, doing his thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
what you think about that?
I mean, you're right. They're holding it down. DeMar DeRozan holding it down. Kobe White is holding it down. Ayo Dosunmu is really holding it down. Ayo Dosunmu, if anybody wants to know, Ayo Dosunmu is a special one because he is a hometown favorite, and he is his college that he played in. Um, the college he played in was in Chicago. And not only that, not as a hometown favorite, he's a fan favorite. To me, one of the steals of the draft. And also, guess what? Ayo Dosunmu just got his jersey retired. Okay, in Chicago, Illinois. So their college team did retire Ayo Dosunmu's jersey. So uh Ayo Dosunmu is a special player. Uh, there's guys like Zach, DeMar, Kobe White. They've been holding it down. I know Zach tried to return. I think Zach just got hurt recently, so we'll see how Zach goes. I'm sure Zach will be ready for the playoffs, just like Zoe will be ready for playoffs.
Right.
We got guys though like DeMar DeRozan and Kobe White. I assume they got to get credit where credit is due because if they did not hold it down at all, this Bulls team would have dropped down way further than where they're at right now. The Bulls would have dropped down to like what the fourth seed, fifth seed. So, and then right now the Bulls are hanging around the top three spots. So, for the fact that the Bulls are holding on to the top three spots, just let you know that at the end of the day, we can say, well, whatever, we have to respect the Bulls team. And that's why I feel like people are talking about if they don't get no big man and this team's going to be overweight. I'm like, no, think about it. Think about it. Like, they're handling business. Like, they're still a top three. They're still top
Yeah,
three.
they tied for number one.
Right. They're still a top three defensive team. I mean, not defensive team. They're a top three in the Eastern Conference. They're like a top 10 defense and a top 10 offense. Why are we disrespecting the Bulls? You know what I'm saying? But I know why they're disrespecting because Zach is injured, Lonzo is injured, Caruso is injured, Derrick Jones is injured, and they're not really want to but it's okay because I find it's okay because I'm looking at what the facts are still doing. The Bulls did not fall down yet. Like we said, like I just finished saying, the Bulls are a top three defense, and they've been holding it down. You know what I'm saying? So all that pressure is for real.
No, you're right about that. What do you think about the Miami Heat and how could Lonzo Ball match up against those guys? Like they just came from a war with the Charlotte Hornets. Man, it's all messed up what's going on with Charlotte because they really gave it their all. Man, they deserved to win that game, but you know, unfortunately, they scored more points. Give it up to Jimmy Butler. He's in that mode right now. You know,
Yeah.
how you see a situation like that stacking up between a Demar and a Jimmy?
DeMar and Jimmy.
Before we get to Lonzo and Kyle and the whole nine, because they got a
DeMar.
collection of guards over there, man. I'm telling you, they could put some pressure on Chicago, and Chicago could do the same.
You know what, man? DeMar.
They are tied for number one. This is a conversation.
What I like about DeMar and Jimmy, they give me that vibe of like how do you say dominant presence. So for example, when Jimmy Butler walks in the room, you know what I'm saying, what's up? You feel me? When DeMar DeRozan walks in the room, it's like, what's up? Only thing about Jimmy and DeMar is I think Jimmy is a way better defender. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we got to give respect to Jimmy because Jimmy Butler be like, if he really wants to put his heart and soul into something, Jimmy's gonna put his heart and soul into something. You feel me? No ands or buffs. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
That dude Jimmy Butler is a problem. He been a problem.
for real.
For a guy that's not looked at as he's almost like DeRozan in terms of dudes that are not looked at like shooters, but these dudes really shoot the basketball well. Shout out Foreign. He said Bulls getting Tristan Thompson is amazing. He give us rebounding and defense, no more getting ripped apart on lives. That's a fact. Shout out Andre. He said we'll be able to match Miami defensively flight with Lonzo, Caruso, Thompson, Williams, and I believe the Bulls have the better offense. That's what I'm saying. I think. Well, yeah, I think so too. It's gonna go tit for tat. Pause. They can go in 6 or 7. I mean, I'm just saying. Let's just break the news to the people. It's gonna be a slugfest. They're gonna win one. They're gonna win one. It's just gonna go back and forth.
Let me read this, and it kind of pisses me off a little bit.
What?
Let me read this. Miles Bridges, everybody on that game on the Hornets. Miles Bridges had 50 minutes, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 29 points. Now I want you to listen closely, Flight. I want you to listen to what I say. Miles Bridges, 50 minutes, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 29 points. PJ Washington, 48 minutes, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and 15 points. Mason Plumlee, 14 minutes, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 points. LaMelo Ball, 39 minutes, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, and 14 points. Montrezl Harrell, 43 minutes, 8 rebounds, 0 assists, and 24 points. Wow, Montrezl Harrell was a good pickup. Terry Rozier with 36 minutes, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 5 points. And Kelly Oubre, 38 minutes, 4 rebounds, and 15 points.
Right.
Can you point out what I kind of just witnessed?
I mean, that's kind of. I mean, it was wild. To be honest with you,
I witnessed that the fact that
they played heavy minutes in terms of.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But who was the heavy minutes? The guys that are not the stars of the team. Except for Miles Bridges.
Y'all about to get your Bridges and how.
Terry Rozier is I know he has his bad moments, but Terry Rozier is like right next to Melo, and when they need him to hit a clutch shot, he hits threes for them, plays defense, right? 36 minutes. LaMelo Ball is the star of the team. They have LaMelo as player of the game, and LaMelo has 39 minutes. You got Kelly Oubre with 38, 1 less minute than LaMelo, and PJ Washington with 48 minutes.
Like I said, Bridges was cooking though.
Miles Bridges was 50, yeah. Miles Bridges was 50. He was cooking. I agree.
He had 50 minutes.
Right, but I can respect Miles Bridges because he's a sole purpose of what they do. PJ Washington is in trade rumors, or was in trade rumors. How does he have 48 minutes and LaMelo got 39? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Miles Bridges, okay, 50 minutes, 29 points. That makes sense because Miles Bridges is heavy to what they do. Miles Bridges is important. Got it. PJ Washington was in trade rumors this season. Really. They were trying to get rid of him almost. You telling me he got 48 minutes and LaMelo Ball got 39? Really? I question that. Okay, Montrezl Harrell, great pickup. But he just got here. 43 minutes? LaMelo Ball 39? I'm not understanding. Kelly Oubre. He starts sometimes. He comes off the bench. He had 1 less minute than LaMelo. See, that's that iffiness. That's that iffiness. You know?
But listen, they headed into the All-Star break. To be honest with you, they deserved to win this game. They needed this game.
Exactly.
Like I said, but listen, I mean, I'm not gonna say you would ever accept a loss, but they left it all out there on the floor. Of course, it could have been some plays here or there, but they lost a tough one in double overtime. Somebody has to lose. Unfortunately, somebody got to go out. Both teams cannot win the game. I mean, it would be great if they could, but it's not possible.
I'm glad you said that.
So somebody had to lose. It just so happened to be the Charlotte Hornets, and they really needed this one. Miami felt like they really need. Hold on, I don't mean to cut you off. They both really needed this one because, the Hornets are trying to stay alive, pretty much, but the Miami, they trying to secure that number 1 seed, and they got the Bulls on their heels, so they needed that win going into All-Star break. If they would have lost, the Bulls would have been the number 1 seed going into the All-Star break. So this is what I'm trying to tell you.
But this is listen to this. Miami, okay, Jimmy Butler, 51 minutes. PJ Tucker, 44 minutes. Bam Adebayo, 44 minutes. Kyle Lowry, 46 minutes that game. Duncan Robinson, 44 minutes. Doesn't that seem a little make sense? Like all those
Melo did put up a triple double tonight. So we got to definitely pay the utmost homage, even though, like I said, it's 14, 10, and 14.
Pay homage, yeah.
There's no way. Like I said, even though the numbers he didn't put up 30, but I mean, these are some great numbers. I'm
not even caring about the numbers. I'm not even talking about the numbers. I'm talking about minutes, though. That's really what I'm harping on. If you have on the Hornets, your star people,
and he pretty much played. He fouled out too because he fouled out at the last minute. So it wasn't like
okay.
I understand where you might. Like I said, I'm trying to understand your point, but I understand where you're coming from. You wish you would have played more minutes. But like I said, he was obviously in foul trouble. The man just sat up here. Like I said, he just fouled out at the last minute of the game. So it is what it is, man. You got to go on to the next one. The Hornets just got to keep fighting. That's just all they got to do. Just keep fighting. They still alive, despite the turmoil. A couple games here, a couple games there. They might need this break. Believe it or not, man, this break is definitely good. They need that. Shout out CWE.
Hey, man, y'all let me know in the chat if y'all can get y'all pizza ready for the All-Star weekend. I know I am.
That's what you looking forward to the most of All-Star weekend?
The celebrity game is always fun. I think people sleep on the celebrity game because not only is fun and it's kind of comical, but the celebrity game, like they literally take the time out to give a good halftime show and a good national anthem and everything. Because the last time they did it, it was an amazing national anthem and it was a lit halftime show and it was comical. You got all the dudes that was funny, and then you get to watch some amazing guys. My boys from that's down here in Atlanta, Quavo and a whole bunch of dudes is hoop. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
you into the celebrity game?
Yes, for sure. And then not only celebrity game, I'm ready for the what is it? Saturday night.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm ready for that dunk contest. That's actually something. So I'm actually really good. They got some decent participants. It's better. He said I don't watch celebrity games.
Well, actually, the dunk contest was trash. Obi Toppin should win that.
Yeah, Jalen Green jumping out the gym. Who the hell was in that?
Listen, Flight, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Those are just the two people I want to see the most.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Flight. I looked at the dunk participants. If Obi Toppin don't win that dunk competition,
I'm trying to see who else is in it.
It's literally like nobody. It's literally like
those are the only two people that I thought was something to talk about.
Hold on. The dunk
I'm trying to find the people right now.
Right. The dunk competition. Let's see participants. Because I saw it.
I see there's some big names that's going to be there. There's going to be some big performances. I'm saying.
Oh, in fact, but I'm talking about the participants.
They're going to have performances will be featured.
The
And married
participants
a
is
big man.
horrible.
They're gonna have Mary J. Blige,
Oh yeah.
Ludacris,
Listen. Yeah, I got
Lil
participants.
Wayne, Gunna, Migos, Lil
Yeah.
Baby. They're all gonna be there on Saturday night.
Listen, this is what I mean. This is how I know if this is how I know what's his name? Oh my god.
What? I don't even know who the hell is all the
Wait.
names.
Do you want me to read the 3-point competition? The participants?
Who's in it? The
The
3-point
people.
shooter. I mean, I don't
Wait.
know.
No, hold up. Listen to me. Hear me. This is how I know Lonzo Ball was going to be in it.
Yeah, or the skills challenge for
Lonzo
sure.
Ball was going to be in
Definitely
the
the
3-point
skills challenge.
competition. Yeah, he's going to be in that too. The participants in the 3-point competition is Fred VanVleet, Desmond Bain, Luke Kennard, Zach LaVine, CJ McCollum.
Well, no, Zach won't be there.
No, I'm just saying that was the participant names.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
right.
participant names. So Zoe would have been there.
Yeah, if all healthy, I think Lonzo would have definitely participated in an All-Star weekend, whether it's skills challenge or that. And sometimes I don't know if they do this anymore, but they need to do like a family thing. You know how they be doing that shit, like well, they had the Curry family, and sometimes I think they had a few other families that was doing it. They do these challenges or whatever. That would have been good to see something like that.
Like a family that.
I don't know if they would have put LeVar in it, but
Hey, man, that'd be fire.
I wish they would have. If they
Curry
pay heavy
family,
homage, they put LeVar in it.
That'd be funny as hell.
But they need to. But just
That'd be
Lonzo and Melo there would have been good. I think Lonzo would have been in that 3-point shootout or the definitely that skills challenge. I think he would did good in the skills challenge.
Obi Toppin should win this because he is playing. He's gonna do a dunk competition against Jalen Green from the Rockets, Cole Anthony, and Juwan Anderson from the Warriors. I swear to God, he better win this. Cole Anthony ain't pulling out no crazy dunks. That's bull. I already know it. Jalen Green, I've been watching Jalen Green, especially his college years. Cause I like Jalen Green when they drafted him. I was mad. I thought the Bulls would get him, Jalen Green. Let me tell you something. Jalen Green, he cool. He can dunk. He can shoot. He can ball. He's a good scorer. He got a little swagger to him. But dunk competition? Oh no. This is Obi Toppin's dunk competition for the taking. I mean, and Cole Anthony. Are you serious? Drake's cousin? Cole Anthony, Drake's cousin? Dude, I swear Flight, listen to me, bro. I swear to God, if Obi Toppin loses this dunk competition and he went up against Drake's cousin, Jalen Green that is not like that, and Juwan Anderson from the Warriors that's probably about to be in the G League next year. If Obi Toppin lose that dunk competition, he gonna be roasted for a long time. He gonna be roasted for a long time. That is a easy dunk competition for the taking, bro. I'm sorry.
That's a fact, man. Man, it's some wild shit, man. But back to the situation with the Chicago Bulls. Do you know any timetable on my man Zach LaVine? I did hear. I'm trying to get some concrete proof.
All I heard was the Bulls said they're gonna take it slow and all that because he.
Well, let's assume that all of these guys are healthy. I think they're gearing up for a big goddamn crazy situation to close out the season. This is what I want people to expect from the Chicago Bulls, especially towards the tail end of the season, like a little bit after the All-Star break. Maybe not, of course, not immediately. I'm expecting the team to roll into the playoffs completely healthy. Then I think that's going to be kind of like the buzzkill because a lot of people are analyzing the Chicago Bulls and how they look currently. When you put Lonzo in there, when you put Caruso in there, you put Patrick Williams in there, everybody else, along with, of course, Zach, he's out. You put him in there with the way Derozan, you got an MVP candidate, and then you got Zach LaVine, first time in the playoffs. He's gonna wild out. You understand? I just hope that dude could stay healthy, and Lonzo Ball too, because this team, needs to be in the conference finals because this team needs to have a chance to go to the NBA finals because they deserve it. They've been playing like it all season long, and I would just hate for this team not to meet its expectations due to some injuries and some shit like that because it'll be feeling like they got cheated. In my opinion, I would really feel like the Bulls got cheated, and I don't want them to get cheated out this season because I think next season is going to be some huge changes. Maybe that Kyrie situation is no more. Maybe he's rolling in. Maybe Philadelphia makes another move. Maybe somebody's looking at all of these teams. Boston go out and trade for something crazy. Who knows? We don't know what could go on. I'm just saying, next season I think is going to be different. So they need to capture everything that they can now. Maximize their time now because you don't know when the hell you're going to get back at this point. There's no guarantee.
Right.
Especially this season where you have all of those teams that made the playoffs last season and they damn near done fell off. I don't expect them. I expect they need a redo. I think the Hawks need a reset. I really wish the season just restarted. Then they could redo everything all over again. Same for some other teams. So next season is going to be serious.
Facts. So, just to read some Bulls stats for if everybody wants to know for the 21 through 22 season, the Chicago Bulls is sitting in the second spot in the Eastern Conference right now with 38 wins and 21 losses. But that Miami Heat is on the same page with 38 wins and 21 losses. So the Bulls are not far apart at all. 0.644 on a percentile on the win percentage. Conference games, Chicago Bulls is 23 wins and 13 losses. Chicago Bulls, their home games are 23 wins and 8 losses. So they are most definitely playing outstanding during the home games. Away, the Chicago Bulls are 15 and 13. So they're still positive, but they got to work on it. Their away games is like I said, their away games is 15 to 13. Their highest win streak was 5, and their highest loss streak was 7. So it's okay. It's something to work on. But that is the current stats for the Chicago Bulls as a team.
Do you think Ayo Dosunmu or what do you think Lonzo Ball's return affects anybody's game or anything like that? What's your thoughts? Because I hear some people, not here, like offline as well, some people bring this up to me like, okay, how can Lonzo fit in this? Me personally, I think Lonzo fits perfectly in all of this. That's what's going on. I think this team is playing more together than it did at the start. Because obviously these guys getting to know each other just more and more times. So that's why it sucks that these guys, including everybody, it's not just Caruso, Lonzo. All of these guys got to get reacclimated. And it's crazy because it'd be better to get reacclimated in the beginning of the season, not rolling into the playoffs. And then look who's at the bottom. You could be playing the Hawks in the first round. That's not going to be easy. You're going to have Bogdanovich, all these dudes, Herter, Trae Young. I mean, that's not going to be easy. What if you match up with, let's just hypothetically speaking, let's say you got to go up against the New York Knicks. Yeah, you might beat them, but the Knicks might take something away from you too. Rolling into that next round, you might beat the Knicks, but the Knicks might really mess you completely up rolling into that second round of the playoffs. Could kind of slow you down. Maybe somebody might get injured because in New York, ain't nobody just going to be coming to the paint like everything, like it's fool's gold. Somebody going to get sat on the floor. I'm just saying, and I'm not advocating for no injuries. But really what I'm saying in all seriousness is these teams at the bottom are ferocious, man. You don't want to match up with these guys because they're going to be going in thinking they could beat you. The Hawks ain't going to beat – the Hawks was just in the conference finals. You think they're going to be afraid of Chicago? They're going to roll in with confidence. Trae Young beat the Knicks in Madison Square Garden on that stage, went to Philadelphia, made a fool out of Ben Simmons, and damn near took out the Milwaukee Bucks. So I know he's not going to be concerned about playing the Chicago Bulls. And then, like I said, the list goes on with all of those teams at the bottom. LaMelo Ball, you could potentially face him. I think that could be a shootout. You know, because the Bulls play defense though, so that might be. It all depends on the way the defensive pressure is in that first round. If the Bulls want to ratchet it up, I think it could be a tough night for the Charlotte Hornets. But I definitely see Bridges and LaMelo getting their numbers. Those two guys, not just Melo. I see Bridges, but I see the other guys struggling. The Terry Roziers of the world, the Oubres, and shit like that. I see them people struggling. So that's just what I'm just saying. We got to watch this. Look at Brooklyn. For all we know, you could be facing Brooklyn in the first round. This shit is realistic. I'm not just sitting here just talking. And that's not going to be easy. So it's wild, man. This season is going to be a roller coaster, man. I can't wait to see how this shit play out. This shit could be a movie.
I'm thinking about the Sixers, man. Like,
what about it?
I've been thinking about them, man, because Bulls have yet to beat the Sixers, and them not yet to beat the 76ers. It makes me wonder. Let's say the Bulls play the 76ers the first round. What if the Sixers are Bulls kryptonite? You get what I'm saying? I hope the Bulls win the game, but if the 76ers are Bulls kryptonite, that would suck bad because we want the Bulls to get deep in this playoffs.
Facts.
And they got smacked by the 76ers. You know what I'm saying? So we never, it's crazy. You're right. We got to watch out.
You got to definitely watch out for them, man. So it all depends, man. That's why you need all of those guys. But that's going to be the thing that catch these teams off guard, and a lot of people too, because all of them dudes is going to be crazy. That's a lot of, and all of them dudes could coexist. So oftentimes we think, because an emergence, this is good problems to have. All this shit is good problems. A lot of teams wish they had all of this shit going on, where you had Ayo, a young rookie, just gonna be a problem in this league for years to come, and then you got Kobe White playing with a chip on his shoulder, and then you got goddamn Lonzo and Caruso just sitting back waiting to come back. So it's like this is some good problems. So I'm just saying, it's gonna be up to Billy Donovan. Really, it's not really up to what Lonzo's going. It's up to Billy Donovan how he's going to manage all of these dudes coming back and making sure that he can maximize all of this. It's going to be up to Billy Donovan, not Lonzo, not DeRozan, because DeRozan going to get his. He's going to get his numbers no matter what, But I think Lonzo could make some shots easier for him. Because I think that DeRozan does work a lot. LaVine too. Of course they isolate. Sometimes they get the one-on-one matchups. They kill them. Oftentimes they shooting over 3-4 different guys. But I've seen a little bit of less of that. But sometimes Demar does go back into that bag. I think Lonzo, if like I said, given the opportunity, I think what Lonzo does. When I seen on the floor, Lonzo's running and gunning, but oftentimes he defers. Let's say DeRozan is hot. DeRozan in the backcourt with Lonzo. Let's say they about to inbound the basketball. It's Lonzo and you got DeRozan like sitting right next to you down there, So Lonzo inbounded, DeRozan called for the shit. He just fucking throw it to him. And then, like I said, they just running the play. They're running through him. Or it all depends, That's what I see. But that's what go ahead. I wish Lonzo. Well, but I think a way to counter that is for Lonzo Ball to be hot. Because what I notice is when Lonzo get off to a hot start, they ain't got no problem giving him the basketball. He gonna get the rock. But if he's cold and he starts off slow. I think oftentimes they take control of the whole offense.
Right.
So Lonzo has to start off the game. And put some points on the board early, to put some pressure on the defense, because I think that's how he gets more touches, and able to really manipulate the game how he wants to. So that's what I noticed. I want people to evaluate that when Lonzo comes back as well. I think when Lonzo comes back, DeRozan, this guy's just been a huge advocate. I think he's going to be happy that Lonzo could come back and run a gun and do what he needs to do. This pace got to stay active too. You got Tristan Thompson coming back. He a difference maker out there. He's gonna throw up some shit. He's gonna play good with Lonzo.
You want to read that question, Flight?
Go ahead. You want me to do it or you got it?
Hey, man.
Go ahead.
Zach LaVine has set out 3 or 4 games. Shout out to Sonic. 3 or 4 games. What do y'all think about him competing in 3-point competition or the All-Star game? Flight. I think Flight just told me that he may not pull up on that game. My thing is, I don't think he'll be in the 3-point competition either. I do think he might try to play the All-Star.
No,
Just
hell
might.
no.
I don't know. We'll see.
What's the injury? Oh no, I don't think you know. Hell no.
I mean,
I ain't heard nothing about that. Didn't they make a replacement for him?
no, they didn't make a replacement.
Well, I don't know. I don't have all the. I ain't gonna lie. I don't
Nah, they
know.
didn't make a replacement for him because
Let me see. Let me check that status.
the injury wasn't major. Injury was major.
I don't know about him doing the All-Star game though.
No. I mean, he may not. I'm just saying. I think he might try to though. And oh no. So you see right here, CBS Sports. Zach LaVine is cleared to return to All-Star break if he wants to play. So the injury must have not been that severe. You know what I'm saying? They said he's clear to do it if he wants
It's
to.
Zach LaVine cleared to. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, my
If he wants
fault
to do
then.
it.
All right, so he playing that. All right. So my mistake. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was cleared for the All-Star break. So he's coming back then. Okay. I thought that he was going to miss some more extended time.
Right.
So this news came out yesterday. I didn't know that he was cleared to rejoin for the All-Star break. Well, when I heard that he was going to rejoin after the All-Star break, it was no timetable. It was after the. I knew it was after the All-Star break, but I didn't know that he got cleared yesterday for the All-Star game. So he obviously wanted to participate in this game. So he's good, man. You know, the Bulls are going to be locked and loaded, man, rolling into the playoffs.
They were saying that Zach.
But they got a lot of defense coming back, you know, that's going to shore up some things with the Miami Heat because the Miami Heat, they coming with a lot of defensive pressure, Spoelstra, the whole nine. So they got to have everything right, you know, in order to beat that team. They're not getting to the finals unless they got everybody. You know, everybody has to be on this team to get to that goal because they need everybody's going to be needed. Because look what Miami's rolling out there, you know, and then even Milwaukee, these dudes got a collection of dudes, you know. Chicago got to, you know, do the same. You know, all of these guard rotations, there's no lacking. You know, they got to have Lonzo, we got to have Ayo, you got to have like my man Caruso. Shit is crazy, you know, the versatility and different way these guys play between all of them, all three of them. In terms of the guards, at least, they bring different things to the table in terms of Lonzo, Kobe White, and Ayo. I think all three of them bring something different, you know, to the table. You know, we already know Kobe White is a sniper, sharpshooter, you know, a lot of potential. You know, Ayo Dosunmu, that dude is going to have a long-ass career. You know, he could be an all-star in this league. You know, he could, you know, if he wanted, you know, we all know what Lonzo bringing to the table. You know, like I said, it's crazy. You know, I like what I'm seeing from Chicago, though. You know, they just need those dudes healthy in terms of Zach and Derozan, because in the playoffs, those guys are gonna get doubled, and they're gonna have these guys able to make sure they can neutralize some of that shit. I'm expecting dudes in the playoffs like the Zach LaVines, the DeMar DeRozans. I'm expecting those guys to have way more open space, you know, on the floor. That's what I'm expecting. You know, I'm not expecting for things to be too clogged up or like bogged down or nothing like that. That's what I'm expecting. You know, they're going to have more open space because these snipers, I'm going to call them snipers, Kobe White and them dudes, they snipers. So it's going to be a major problem, you know, for the league, you know, when they face the Chicago Bulls, when you think you're going to be able to double DeRozan and double those guys. You know, Ayo is hitting Lonzo's percentage is crazy. Kobe White is wild. Shout out Basil. He says Zach Dunn, he's playing. Yeah, that's what we stated. I missed that news from yesterday. You know, that news broke that Zach was going to be clear for the All-Star game. I thought that shit was in limbo, but I was wondering when the hell was they going to announce his replacement. Since they didn't announce his replacement, I automatically thought he was good. So I ain't really, it was nothing really to politic about, so Lonzo Ball is definitely going to be able to affect this whole situation in a positive light. That's just all I want to let y'all know. I think even with Vooch, that pick and roll, to be honest with you, it's almost like they never really all got a chance to gel in terms of with Lonzo. I like the way the team is built, right now. I think the ball is moving a lot more. And I like the camaraderie that's going on. And it sucks that Lonzo Ball and Caruso and like I said, guys are missing time. Before this injury, you had the protocol where all these dudes were in and out the goddamn lineup, so that kind of led to some bullshit, but nonetheless, man, the Chicago Bulls are right there, man. Through all of the turmoil, through all the ups and downs, this team has stayed consistent, hovering around that top 3 range consistently, so it's going to be crazy. I definitely want to know y'all thoughts on where the hell y'all think this team can end up. Do you think they can get to the conference finals? What happens if they go against one of these top teams? What if they face a Brooklyn Nets in the first round? I think that would be a nightmare, and I think it'd be a nightmare for both teams. Miami, I think Miami might could beat Brooklyn. They're going to beat Brooklyn. I think Chicago could beat Brooklyn too, because Brooklyn is dealing with a lot of issues. They obviously gearing up to, you see Kevin Durant, he's missing time even though he's hurt. But I think they all are gearing up for a major run, in the playoffs. So I expect some extended period of time. You got Ben Simmons. This dude is fresh. This dude ain't played a game and Lord knows when. So this dude is liable to come out here and just go fucking ape shit, and that's what I'm expecting to take place, So, and then that second round, what happens in that second round? Because that's when things could get interesting. You just played a top-notch team, in terms of the Hawks, potentially all these teams down at the bottom. What happens then? Yeah, so it's wild, So it's gonna be interesting to see how all this shit gonna play out. But throughout the whole league, the East kind of been in an influx because in the beginning, the Miami Heat, that team never was even looked at. They kind of was not at the top of the rankings, but somehow they just flipped their switch and surged, So the surge that they're at right now, man, is, like I said, it's crazy. They looking like they finals bound. They're ready to get back to the promised land. And I'm telling you, they face one of them teams. They could definitely beat Phoenix. I think Miami, they could really do a number on Phoenix. Me personally, I think whoever Miami face, if they were to get to the finals, they're gonna beat them because they lost a heartbreaker to the Los Angeles Lakers. And Miami Heat, they're not gonna lose again, in the finals. If we all know, they just not. They ain't gonna do it. Not supposed to. You lose to LeBron is all fair game, but anybody else, I doubt it. The Warriors are going through their issues. So I don't. They cannot lose. To them. With the Golden State, with all of these goddamn injuries and all of that shit, they cannot lose. So. They got to win. It is what it is, man. The NBA has been wild this season, because of all the protocols and because even though it's not like as bad as it was to stop the season like they did in the bubble, it's still problematic, at the end of the day, because guys miss some time and it kind of stifled teams. Look at the Charlotte Hornets, for instance. That team completely got screwed all around, with that protocol. The protocol really stifled their momentum. Shout out to Deontay. He said they're not worried about the Heat. Well, I mean, I'm not worried about the Heat either, but I'm telling you, the Heat is going to be a tough matchup. You might not be able to, you might beat them, but I'm telling you, that shit is going to be hell on earth, playing Miami. And you want to face them possibly going into that first round, but probably that conference finals. You want to stay the hell away from them. Because especially in the second round, that's why the Bulls got to keep staying pace. I think the Bulls know the urgency. That's why guys are coming back, and you seeing guys ratcheting things up, getting themselves together. You see Lonzo Ball, getting himself together. Caruso is going to be back. Kobe White, pardon me, not Kobe White, Patrick Williams, he's on the way. At first they said he was going to be out for the rest of the season. You see quickly, not too long ago, they said, no, this dude, he is a possible return. He's coming back. You could just book that. He will be back for the playoffs, and I'm expecting that team to do a number, on a lot of, on some teams with everybody there, because the defense will be intact now together with that lethal offense. I'm just worried if they face a team like Brooklyn, because you're not going to beat Brooklyn isolation. You might, because due to the issues, because Brooklyn is not really, because you got Kyrie and you got KD, kind of whatever. Ben Simmons can defend. They got Drummond there. I don't think that they're gonna. I think they like you to play isolation. So you might be playing into their hands when you want to go ISO like that. Deontay said Demar on demon time this year, and we getting Patrick back and Lonzo. We deep too if you look at it, and we can continue getting better and the buyout. Yeah. Who else do you think you guys could get in that buyout? Because like I said, he got Tristan Thompson. He cleared waivers. He's signing with them. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, the Bulls can always get better. They're going to have to get better, but just like Derozan said, everything that they have is there already. They just need dudes to come back. I like what Derozan is doing. He's a leader. He should be the MVP, but you're going to have Joel Embiid on his heels. But I don't see how it seemed like the media trying to throw Joel Embiid as the top MVP candidate. I think that's very disgusting. And they try to make it seem like DeRozan is not. Now they bringing his name back up, but they was pushing Joel Embiid heavy. I said, damn, they trying to just give this dude the reward. You can't give Joel Embiid the award like that, even though he's beasting right now. But they make it seem like this shit was in the bag. The Chicago Bulls, they still hovering around the best seed in the Eastern Conference, and there's no goddamn. The whole team is screwed over. Even though he's doing his thing too with no Ben Simmons and all of that, but there's a difference. This team is at the top of the East, the top. So I think that's something to be said. So I definitely got him over Joel Embiid. That's just my personal opinion. He said Heat in 5 flight. I don't know about that. It says shout out to the machine. Yeah, shout out Isaiah. You already know. He said that. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a good game. A good series if they were to face each other, because Miami looked like they flipped it into full gear. So Chicago knows, and you got Spoelstra versus Billy Donovan. I don't really like that matchup. I'm rolling with Chicago, but Spoelstra ain't no joke. So I trust Eric Spoelstra. That's just my personal opinion, man. Spoelstra could really do some things. That's the Miami Heat. PJ Tucker. These dudes be in shape too. To play in Miami, you gotta go through some type of conditioning situation where you literally have to be in a certain type of condition just to be cleared to play. If you don't meet the requirements, you can't even play. What's good, Uncle Vine?
Hey, Flight, look here, Flight. I'm gonna tell you something, Flight. I was telling you before, man. The Bulls not going for just going into the playoffs and just finishing first place, second place and all the other stuff, man. They trying to win the championship, Flight. And I don't know why y'all got to get on board of that, Flight. You can't be sitting up there and say, okay, well, they went this far in the playoffs and they cool and that's out there. We gonna look forward to next year. If they don't win no champ, I'm telling you, Flight, they mindset and their attitude is this. If they don't win, look, Flight, I ain't talking for the Bulls. I'm just letting you know. If they don't win no championship this year, that's a failure in their eyesight, man. For real, Flight. And they ain't got no problems. Their organization ain't got no problems because everything is working itself out. If it seemed like Zoe was putting on too much pressure, getting too much, and then not getting no recognition, look how it's working itself out. He ain't playing the game this part of the season. Look at him. And look how they miss him. Everything works itself out, Flight. When the Bulls come back, they coming back trying to win a championship. If they get anything less than a championship, Flight, they upset, Flight. So the fans need to look at it that way too, because they serious about winning the championship this year. They ain't going about what's going to happen in the next 4 years. They going down, Flight. And then we need to get on board now about that too, man. If not, then we just playing games with ourselves. Oh, they'll be all right. They win the set. They lose in the second round, and that's good because they supposed. Look here, Flight. You don't be no 1 or 2 team just study holding on to that spot in the East, especially in the East, and then you don't look to be a champion. It was just like you asked that question earlier about the Bulls. Did you expect? Not the Bulls, but the Bucks. Did you expect the Bucks to be good like they when they won that championship? A lot of people didn't expect it. They should have expected it because it was in the process of winning the championship, and they just fell short. Bulls ain't finna fall short. Flight, back to you, Flight.
Nah, listen, I'm not saying the Bulls are gonna fall short. I just think the Bulls we need to kind of like look at the chessboard here, and like the East is kind of looking tricky right now because you got Brooklyn who's completely slipped. Even with I think after the All-Star break, I think Durant is still gonna miss some time. So they could, and then you got the whole situation with Kyrie Irving. You got Ben Simmons. I mean, I would think that they might stick around in that situation. So the Bulls, I think, can finish anywhere from 1 to 3. Let me see the standings. Well, they could slip all the way out the standings, but I'm gonna just use my heart and just say I think they're gonna be in that 1 to 3 range. I doubt they're gonna fall anywhere past 3. So you could potentially be facing the Brooklyn Nets, the Atlanta Hawks. You got Washington. I don't want to put New York is kind of way down there, but you got Washington. What's up with Bradley Beal? I'm gonna check his status. Is he out the whole entire season? Because they just got Porzingis. I think they can finish off Washington. If Chicago, I think those are the teams you want to face. I'm not saying I ain't even gonna have to look into that. They can finish off Washington. You just need to stay away from Brooklyn, and Atlanta. I think even though I think you can beat Atlanta, but I think Atlanta could really screw you over going into that next round because Atlanta gonna give you everything that they can handle. Because they was in the conference finals, like I stated before. What you think about the Bulls facing potentially the Nets or the Atlanta Hawks in the first round? What you think about that, Uncle Ron?
I don't think it'd be no problem, right? Because I don't think it's gonna be a problem about Atlanta because they can deal with Atlanta because Atlanta been dealt with before. Actually, Atlanta is self-check. They don't call themselves trying to be no champion, and they ain't gonna fight trying to be one neither. And if the Bulls fall short with Atlanta, it's because they played a horrible game and a horrible playoff series. So that's where they fall short at. And I don't see that because they got too much going for themselves. Like they're going too much in the right direction that they realize that. DeRozan ain't no punk. DeRozan been there before. That's one thing about him. He ain't won nothing, but he's been there before, and he know how to get them there. And they just made the acquisition to get another person that won the championship to be on their team, be on their with them too. And all they do everything in the right direction. Like everything going in the right direction. They can't spend too much money because they want to re-sign Zach LaVine because they want to keep that man, and that's a smart move. It's like I told Nico before, man. Look here, Bulls got two Klay Thompsons. Whether he want to realize it or what anybody else want to realize it or not, they got 2 players that can go get you 40 points at any given time. Flight, and if you got 2 players that can do that in the NBA, Flight, you good. You got 2 of them. Go ahead, Flight. They didn't ask a question. What was the other question about? It was about the Hawks and who else? Miami ain't got nothing coming with them, especially since they got Tristan Thompson, because he can hold that he can put that defense down on that up front on that front court. I like that acquisition they got with him. They were smart when they did that because he's a winner and he's a playoff winner.
He's a champion. Screw winning, he's a champion.
He's a champion, and he know how to be a champion when it comes down to the playoffs, especially when it comes down to them young players that the Bulls got. I told you, Flight, this ain't no time to be sitting up here trying to realize what kind of team they got. They realize that every day they go out there on that court. That's the best thing to happen. That Zoe took that time off, and Caruso took that time off to get themselves right. Man, that's the best thing to happen because you can make the rest of them step their game up. And look how they coming to. They stepping their game up, Flight. they winning in games. They winning in games. They ain't supposed to win. They supposed to win them games, and they
You
supposed
think
to win the
so?
championship. Man, I told you they supposed to win them games, and they supposed to win the championship. They doing too much to stay in the position that they in, fighting to be in the position that they in, that they can't succeed and do that. And that's their mindset. And their mindset have to be like that, Flight. It has to be like that. Because you ain't gonna win no 4 games out of 7 against these teams you just named. You know what I'm saying? Playing punkish, playing scared. They go 2 games already. They're gonna take you 2 games just to get yourself right. Say, man, maybe we can beat them. And you down 2, and you got 2 more to lose. Man, no, it don't work like that, Flight. The Bulls ain't finna go off like that. Yeah, they going off in a good direction. I was hoping that they'd get a good center, and Tristan Thompson, he turned out to be about the best one they can get, and they got a smart one. That was my only concern, what they was going to do at that center spot. I told you that before. That was my biggest concern, because I didn't trust Pooch. Still don't trust him. Trust him as far as I can see him. Yeah, hold on for a minute, Flight.
No, you good. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you about Vooch. I think like even Stephen A. made a point. Like I said, I don't agree with everything Stephen A. Is talking about, but Stephen A. did bring up a point about how Vooch could be potentially the problem. But like I said, I like Tristan Thompson. I think Tristan, he's kind of gonna fix things up. What if you got him out there and you got Beverly? I'm about to say Beverly, Patrick Williams. You understand? Could you, now that switch everything up now. What about if they sat Vooch and they had Patrick Williams and Tristan out there on the 4-5 with Lonzo, Derozan, of course LaVine, maybe an Ayo occasionally. Oh yeah, now you're talking lockdown right now. Now I'm just saying, that defense could be crazy. I think LaVine could defend too. I don't think he get enough credit, for that end. But I just thought about that. I just had an epiphany. That's crazy.
Feel like they're gonna be nice, man. Look here, it was just a bad thing that Zoe can be around. What's that for the rest of the game?
Yes, I think that deal sucks. I wish Lonzo Ball would have been able to be present while all this stuff is going on. But like I said, nonetheless, man, it is what it is. We just gotta do this shit. It's crazy. Just gotta do what we gotta do out here, man. Lonzo gotta just get back, man. That's all. Lonzo gotta get back and get reacclimated, and get back to lost time that he missed. So I think he could do it, but one thing Lonzo has to do, and I've said this before, because we all know Lonzo Ball, he might not hit the ground rolling, because even prior to the last time he was out, I think he missed the protocol. He was out for an extended period of time. It only took him 1 game to get back on track, So I was anticipating, I said give him about 2 or 3 games, especially when he came back from protocol in terms of get back to around what he was doing. But I think that second game back from protocol, he had a good game. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think he went back to doing what he was doing, So now the question is, after this injury, is it a meniscus tear? This thing happens a lot. A lot of players do go through this. I'm not saying this happens every single day. Well, it does, but I'm just saying this kind of injury is not a situation where we need to really just lose our goddamn mind or something like an ACL or nothing like that. I believe Lonzo could get back. Believe it or not, after you clip that meniscus, I've heard, guys coming back better, so it is what it is. He won't be dealing with the issues he was dealing with before. So that's been fixed. All of the issues with the knee and this, that, and third, whatever he claimed was going on, that shit is done. So now it's all about, what happens, can he hit the ground rolling? How long is it going to take him? He might hit the ground and do good the first game. I like what's going on where Lonzo sees that you got these other guys here in terms of the Ios, the Kobe White, these guys are out here and they're putting up numbers, so I like that. So Lonzo, I think he'll come back on the offensive, because if Lonzo's offensive, like looking for his shot, that's one of the best versions of Lonzo, because He draws in the defense. He's getting attention, and then that way he could really play that style that he likes to play in terms of facilitating and quarterbacking the offense. That quarterbacking is most effective when Lonzo Ball is attacking offensively, because when Lonzo Ball is just out there being the quarterback, what I notice is teams are not even going to look for the pass, even going to look for the shot. They already are anticipating the pass. You gotta create some decisiveness, with your game. If you Lonzo Ball, you can't just go out there, and just think I'm just be hell bent on getting guys involved. You got to be doing mix it up, and that's what I think he got to do coming back. But I definitely think Lonzo will put a point of emphasis on putting the ball in the hole, because you got these other guys behind you who can go off for any monster numbers overnight. Any night. And Lonzo is more than capable for going for 20 plus every single night, because we've seen it. Now can he just do it? Or even if it's not 20 every single night, upwards of 15. I think that's great for Lonzo Ball. And like I said, and I watch those assist numbers rise when his points are up there. What do you think about that, huh?
I see that was up there. Lies the problem. Like it's always been like that. That's the problem with like with people like with Nico and the rest of them, to be wanting more, to expect more. They want Lonzo to get that in their numbers, 25 and 7 and all that. They want Lonzo more out of him than what he's doing, and what he's not only with what he's capable of doing. He's capable of doing a lot. But this is the fact that they want more. They know Lonzo is a pass first guard. So they don't really too much like that. They want Lonzo to just go off like Melo going off and stuff like that. And, it don't always work like that. Lonzo on a great team where he can sit up there and show all of his talents, especially his leadership talents on this team, because he got some guys that he can work with. That's all he needs, some guys that he can work with. He ain't got his brothers and stuff with him that he can just go off with. He got some players that he can work with, and he got a good team behind him. That's what they're going to do. They're going to win games, man. They're going to win a lot of games. They're going to championship flights. As long as Lonzo there, they're going to be all right. And they learn it even when he ain't on the court. That's the good part about it. And what was that question you asked me again, Flight? Because I lost track of that already. What was the question again, Flight?
I'll be honest with you, I might have forgot the question I asked you. I thought you just said I was already on to the next one. I was already on to the next one, man. What I want to ask you, man, and like I said, anybody else who he said Patrick Williams changes everything. He absolutely does.
You do.
I just stated before, you put Patrick Williams and Tristan at the same time, that's going to fix the defense just completely. But what I want to ask you, Uncle Vern, how can Lonzo Ball, how can he impact this whole situation going on in Chicago? How can he make it better?
Make it with us, man. Make us think about with it. Last year, they bad was that. Look at the difference between this year and last year as far as the Chicago Bulls are concerned. Not Lonzo Ball, but the Chicago Bulls are concerned. You understand me? They bad said what about winning like this? And when Lonzo came out to the Bulls, he brought a new mindset to them. Caruso didn't bring a new mindset to him. Zach LaVine didn't bring a new mindset to him. And Derozan didn't bring a new mindset to him either. When they got Lonzo, man, they came in with the intents on winning championships or winning games, which turns into championships. That was their whole thing. And it ain't failed yet. It's still going. Even with the process, like I told you before, don't get it twisted, Flight. Lonzo had a choice whether to take that surge, whether to take this time off or not. He could have sit up there and kept on playing, because this injury really wasn't nothing new to him. He knew about this injury, and it was already diagnosed. He got to do it this way, or he could do it that way. Take the surgery later. He decided to just take it now. Why? Because he wants their team to grow. Because he got time enough to watch them grow, to turn into something, develop into something, and so they can get it right. And they getting it right too. See how I'm gonna tell you something, and then we get off. When you had on this thing when you had said about the MVP, man, I'm gonna tell you something. You know who the MVP gonna be I'm gonna tell you something. The MVP gonna be
Who?
DeRozan, man. DeRozan gonna be the MVP of the league, and not only gonna be the MVP of the league, he gonna get off in the playoffs, man. But I'm gonna tell you something. Watch this. Don't be
Especially if we
surprised.
get the MVP, he gonna wild out.
Thank you.
Let me tell you something.
Look here.
DeRozan is known to tear up the Eastern Conference. You know, they're gonna sweep. I'll tell you what, man. They better. Let me not say that. Keep going. What you saying, about?
Yeah, no. He's known for tearing up the Eastern Conference, but he also known for falling short to LeBron, which makes sense.
There's no LeBron.
Yeah, well, see, hey, boy, I'm telling you,
that Miami gonna be crazy. Miami, I'm telling you, they scare me.
Man, look at
I think Chicago could beat everybody, but they're gonna have a serious problem with Miami. I think they can beat Philly. I think they can beat. Well, Phil, let me tell you something. I don't know. Tristan Thompson, he could defend and beat. I'm not saying that he gonna lock him down or nothing like that, but he can make life hard, for him, so
yeah. Well, that really don't matter anyway, because Boots be having good games against what's in that Embiid, not Embiid, but the Miami player, he be having good games against him. He just don't be going totally off against him. But Boots have good games against him.
He gonna compete. Those two all-star big men, even though they didn't make it this season. I don't think Bam made it. Bam made it, if I'm not mistaken. Did he make it?
Yeah,
I don't think Bam. I don't know. I don't even know if Bam made it.
Yeah, Miami gonna be a good match against them in the playoffs. But I don't see Miami beating them like that. I don't see Miami beating them out the 4 games. Because like I said, the Bulls backcourt, man, they're just too good. And DeRozan get them points, man, and all that. And really, to a certain extent, all the Bulls have to do. All the Bulls have to do is worry about Butler, contain Butler. And like you just said, they got Patrick Williams coming back. Who you think Patrick Williams is going to be holding? Yeah, it's nice, ain't it? And they ain't got to worry about putting DeRozan on them. They can put Patrick Williams on Butler. They're both the same size, 6'7", 6'8".
Right.
And Williams play good defense. If he ain't got to do nothing, he can play defense. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Flack, wait till it comes to it.
Let me tell you something. He's going to fix up all that shit on the defensive end. I ain't going to say he's going to shore it all up, but Patrick Williams is a perfect player. He arguably could be one of the top players on this team. Lonzo was finding this dude on alley-oops, too. He's a runner. This dude Patrick Williams can guard multiple positions. I didn't know he was that good. I'm being honest with you. People was telling me about Patrick Williams, but I didn't know he was. Shout out to Dave James. He was telling me about him. But I didn't really know he was that good. I didn't know he could shoot. Dude is crazy, versatile. They said East playoffs gonna be so lit. West is top heavy. East got like 6 or 7 good teams. Yeah, because a lot of the good teams slipped. So in all them series could be crazy. Them shit's gonna be a movie.
Man, when they get that first championship, they're gonna be comparing the Bulls this year's Bulls to when they had Michael Jordan. They're gonna be saying to compare us like which team would be better if you think. And I think right now this team would be better than Michael Jordan championship team, because Michael Jordan was a whole player. Scottie Pippen was a whole player. But as far as the rest of them, they all wasn't whole players. You understand me? They was to a certain extent role players. They could interchangeable. They can fit in. Somebody else can fit in and get their place. But the Bulls, you can't do that. You understand me? You got 2 players already that you can't replace them at any given time with any given person, because everybody can't go around getting you 25 to 30 points at any given time. Like in the NBA, it's not possible. If everybody could do it, they'd be doing it. But they got 2 of them.
That's a fact, man. I agree with you, huh?
Yeah, they got 2 of them. And I'm going to tell you, Flack, and the reason why I said it's just like that, because look here, DeRozan ain't got to be jealous of DeRozan ain't got to be jealous of Zach LaVine, because DeRozan going to get his. He's been getting this for a long time. Zach LaVine ain't got to be jealous because he's young yet. He still got time to get his. Don't be fooled by that stuff that they be talking about in the press and stuff like that, Flack. Man, the Bulls, man, I'm going to tell you, Zach LaVine be a dang fool if he don't come back with. I'm gonna tell you something, and you know it better than I do. Zach LaVine will be a damn fool if he don't get back with the Bulls. A dang fool. Like if you look at all of it, he'd be a dang fool if he don't come back in there. And the only reason why he won't come back is they don't win no championship and they punk out. And I don't see that.
Right.
Not with especially not with DeRozan. I'm telling you, like, and that's
Yeah,
their
man.
anchors.
DeRozan is an MVP, man. He's a beast. It's a problem out here, man. I didn't know he was that good. He's increased his range. He went from a guy who he's really making everybody pay for not looking at him like a top notch guy. People, he like y'all should have been coming at him with the 4-year super max deal type shit. And he like, y'all about to pay homage now.
Right.
Shit is wild. He gonna re up and get him another bag. He gonna be a serious problem. Because he's got it all. He could post up, mid range assassin. I mean, he like Steph Curry for mid range, and then like I said, he's hitting the three now. He'll dunk on you. So I think all of this offensive craziness he's been doing, I think it kind of may have slowed his defense down. Because people been telling me Demar, he's not defending like he used to. Some people telling me that. I'm not saying I think that's alarming or nothing like that, because they're telling me that DeMar used to be a lockdown defender, and they don't see all of that because it's not the third. And maybe his defense is inconsistent, but at the end of the day, the Bulls are where they are. He's not a machine. He's a human being, putting up monster numbers and doing what he got to do. So it is what it is.
Yeah. When you remember the flight to the NBA, you'll find too many two-way players that can go both ends and be successful like that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't too many Clay Thompsons running around the NBA flights. They got like a thousand some players in the NBA, but there ain't too many Clay Thompsons running around. They could get to you on both ends, or there ain't too many Lonzo Balls that can give it to you on both ends like that flight in the NBA. The reason why? Because it's difficult. It's difficult to sit up there and try to score at a pace against these guys, and then it's difficult to try to stop them, especially trying to stop them. Like, it's either difficult or almost impossible.
Facts. The Bulls are gonna be a wild situation, man. How this shit play out. What you think about like the other teams, like what do you think about the Charlotte Hornets? The Hornets, they was in a crazy game tonight with the Miami Heat, double overtime. You heard about that?
Yeah, and I saw the score. I ain't see the game.
Melo triple double, yeah.
How they lost.
Melo triple double.
Yeah.
He fouls out at the end.
And then
Bridges is their Butler. Of course, Butler was on his shit. He was on his bullshit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he gonna stay on this. That's what he's supposed to. Jimmy Butler's that guy, man. He that guy. But I like I said before, Flight. You just don't bring him up to be winning no championships, man. You see, Jimmy Butler got his limitations, just like like Giannis and them and the Bucks. They exposed Jimmy. They exposed Miami, and as far as their limitations go, Hero, he getting it on this year, but Miami got exposed, man. For real. And I hope the Bulls are taking notice of that too, so they don't sit up there and try to be scared of Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy Butler ain't that guy like that. He good, Flight, but he ain't that guy like that, Flight. He ain't. No, he's not that superstar material, brother.
Yeah, man, you're right about that, Uncle Ron. He's crazy. You see Anthony Davis. Did you hear about Anthony Davis? You seen that knee sprain?
Yeah, he hurt. I saw he got hurt yesterday. Yeah, I saw he got hurt yesterday. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and then remember too, Flight. I'm saying this is a strange year. Don't look for the Oh man, I was gonna ask you about this too, Flight. About they talking about trying to get Harris. What's his name? Harris from Denver. They talking about trying to get him. That'd be a nice little fit too. But don't look at that thing with AD. Don't look at that injury to be like I'm saying that's gonna be the downfall for the Lakers. Man, the Lakers downfall came a long time before that injury with AD. Man, the Lakers downfall came when they got AD, and they couldn't do nothing else. They couldn't. They weren't in the position to get no better. Everybody else got better except them. Matter of fact, they took a step back. They let Caruso go.
Yeah, speaking of Caruso, because that's another guy I think is getting kind of lost in the shuffle here, because we oftentimes get caught up with Lonzo and Zach and even Patrick Williams for his defensive capabilities. What's your thoughts on AC? Because he was playing top notch. He was balling consistently. We gotta pay homage. What's your thoughts on AC, Uncle Ron?
Man, look here. I'll tell you, boy, you should see. I bet you. I wish I could have seen that smile on his face when he was found out that he was going. When he decided he was going to the Bulls and going out there with Zoe, man, and he thought about that backcourt they was gonna have out there. Like, boy, I'm telling you, like that backcourt they gonna have out there. The backcourt that they got out there, man, it's gonna be happening with Lonzo now and with Caruso. Man, I'm telling you, Fly, this shut down, man, on that defensive side, man. The first string, the second string, it don't make no first team, the second team, it don't make no difference. Their attitude is to shut these people down. And the ones that's be getting off in the NBA now, the players that's really getting off in the NBA are the backcourt players, the guards. And that's Lonzo and that's Caruso. They took it upon themselves just to do just that, Fly. That's their job.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and they ain't got no problem with taking it upon themselves to do it. That's the kind of players I like. Yeah.
All right, man. Everything gonna work itself out.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna work itself out for the Chicago Bulls, man. It's just the beginning. It's truly just the beginning. Shout out JDH. He said, "How can Lonzo enhance the Bulls? Put him on the floor, and them Bulls are enhanced." Yeah. So I like your language.
Yeah. That makes sense. They only do it. Put him on the floor. And Fly, just like I said before. It's just like I said before, Fly. Look here, he ain't on the floor. Look how he enhancing them already. Caruso ain't on the floor. Look how they enhancing them already. They playing up to. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. This is their mindset. Their mindset is this: we gonna play this game. With the players we got. We gonna play these games and win these games until our players get back, and we gonna be straight. You understand me? So they ain't looking at it like, look, we the only ones doing this, and we should be starting instead of the players that ain't out, that ain't on the court. They said this, we holding it down until them players get back. You don't find that in the NBA too much, especially in the G League. I'll tell you, that goes to show you. Even in the G League, that's the kind of attitude is non-existent. It ain't the next man up in the G League, it's mine. And this my opportunity, my opportunity.
Yeah.
The Bulls ain't got it like that. They don't look at it like that.
Why do you think people don't look at it like that?
The reason why the Bulls, the reason why the players, the fans might look at it different. But the reason why the Bulls don't look at it like that is because of the fact they know their position, they know their station, they know that Lonzo is the best, is the best guard. It's like Derozan that told you, man. Lonzo is one of the best guards in the NBA. He ain't talking about on the Bulls team. He talking about the NBA. And if that man could sit up there and tell you something like that, then you need to take notice. It's just like when I'm gonna tell you again, like, look here. Right. It's just like when the last time when Charlotte had played the Bucks, and at the end of the game, what's his name? Giannis had asked LaMelo for his uniform. You understand me? He recognized how good that dude is, man. They recognize people's in the NBA. I'm gonna tell you something. If you got players in the recognize your game is good, man. Look here, they draw to you. Not only would they draw to you, they take notice of you because they know they're gonna see you again. They know they're gonna be hearing about you.
Chance was good.
It was good, fam. It's been a while, man. How you doing?
I can't call it, man. How you feeling tonight?
Man, I'm trying to get my speakers right, my connection right in the areas I be in, and that's why I ain't been on no chats.
You good? You know, it's always
you sound
an honor to have you.
Yeah, I feel you, man. So if I sound a little choppy tonight, just let me know, man. I'll hop off your line because I don't want to mess up nobody's streams.
Nah, how you gonna mess up? Now you straight. I'll let you know.
For sure, man. I appreciate
now. What's your thoughts on some of this politics we are here talking about?
I just got on because I just got on right now, and I see that you guys got my heaters up there.
I got you right now, bro.
You already know you got my heat up there, so I had to come in and speak on that.
I like the energy. Pause. This what I need. This what I'm talking about right here. How can Lonzo Ball affect this well-oiled machine you know, in the
The
Chicago
boy can
Bulls.
actually do some damage to my team. That's what I'm nervous about because he's going to be going against Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry's a little small. Lonzo could shoot over him. He's faster. He's younger. I'm a little nervous about that matchup.
Oh well, yeah, that was some shit from the chat. But I was going to discuss something about involving how can Lonzo Ball affect this well-oiled machine in the Chicago Bulls, and also this MVP candidate, you know, Demar, you know, Debo, DeRozan. Talk to the people, man. It's Flight Sports.
Hold on. Now, not you, but a lot of people in your on your panel back when we first started this, right? Remember when we first started, before the season even started, there was a lot of people going at DeMar. A lot of them wasn't giving them no love. And I was on here telling y'all, DeMar gonna be a beast. Now, man, it ain't about DeMar. It's about LaVine and Lonzo. And I'm like, man, y'all just forgetting about this guy, huh? And slowly but surely throughout the year, he's showing you why you guys needed him more than any other player on that team.
Yeah, man. I said that last point one more time. My fault. I misheard the last shit you just said.
I said now DeMar DeRozan is showing you why you need him more than anybody else on that team. Lonzo's a great puzzle. Lonzo can fit anywhere just because the passer he is. But for that particular team and how they are trying to construct their team and get to the finals and get to the playoffs, you need a DeMar DeRozan, or you need a DeMar DeRozan to be DeMar DeRozan. Should I say the old Toronto DeMar DeRozan?
Right.
And he's doing that.
Yeah. Shout out Lamont Simmons. He says Zoe is about to take this team to the next level. He said the defensive intensity is about to be insane with Zoe, Caruso, Thompson, and Williams return to healthy. Zoe is about to be a problem. Yeah, I agree with that.
All I need Zoe to do is just be Lonzo. Stop being so passive. Be aggressive, fam. You know what I'm saying? Do like your little brother. Like have some, you know what I'm saying? Some to you. I just need a little from him right quick. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me. I to a certain extent, but let me ask this young man this question. You know what I'm saying? You laid up that you had said earlier that you remember when they Bulls before they got the team together, and they were saying that about DeRozan and everything. You understand me? So you remember that. So you also remember they were saying that same old made that same old comment that you just made about Lonzo doing this and Lonzo doing that and playing more aggressive. You know that was still saying too. Why you say that he ain't doing it now? Look what he been doing before he went out, and look what he doing right now, and he ain't even in there. He ain't. Look, well, this if you listen to me, you will get it. He made them change their whole way of playing right now. Not about him not even being in the game. The Bulls caught on to what they were supposed to have been doing. What I'm saying is they caught on to what they're supposed to be doing. So
basically you're saying that Lonzo is the key and the reason why the team is at where they're at right now, aggressive wise and everything else. Is that what you're saying? Lonzo was the reason why that was happening. Why that's happening now?
You smart. You caught on to it the first time. I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I know I did. I was trying to say something over that, but I wanted to let you finish. I didn't want to disrespect you.
That's I'm saying the reason why they doing what they doing right now is because of Zoe, and they want to get it going in the right direction because of Zoe. So they don't fall off. The reason I'm gonna tell you what. Listen to me. If you listen to that part, listen to this part.
Go ahead. I got you, Pam.
The reason why our boy DeRozan is doing what he's doing because the rest of them teams sacrificing. Now they ain't sacrificing. They going along with the program. Now you get it.
Okay. Now let me interject. I understand. I understand a couple of your points, and I'm gonna go with some of your points too because you actually have some valid points there. I cannot knock you on none of those, sir. My thing about the DeRozan part is DeRozan was already DeRozan, but a lot of people that was in the chat or a lot of people that was on the panel just thought he was some old. Oh man, look at what he did over there in San Antonio. He wasn't doing nothing. Sometimes it's not sometimes it's not the player. It's the team that you're on. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. Just wait. Let DeRozan do his thing over there. You got a bunch of players now that can play together. And that's what Lonzo brings. I give you that 100%. That's what Lonzo brings. He gives you that togetherness. He makes you want to play as a team. Because if he's going to pass the ball and he can do anything he wants, then it makes you want to pass the ball. So I totally understand that. But all I was saying was you're going to need a clutch guy. Remember we had a stream. Ticket had a stream. It was called Who Would You Go With in the Clutch out of those three players? Right? I said DeMar. Right. Everybody was saying Zach LaVine, or Lonzo. which I can't knock it. But me knowing who DeMar DeRozan is from Toronto and knowing how it works when you're in the NBA, if you're not happy at a team, you're not going to go 110% at a team. You're going to wait until you can get bought out and trade to somewhere else where you can ball out. And now DeMar is showing you that. And that's all I was trying to say. That's all. But the Lonzo part, I totally agree with that. I don't know if it transitions to now. It could have. I'm not going to say it hasn't. But you have a valid point there, sir. And that whole Lonzo trade and Caruso maybe coming back might help a little bit more too, and get people back in action. Because I believe Caruso had a little energy to him that made people want to do. You know what I mean? I believe him and Lonzo have some energy to him that makes people want to play harder a little bit.
Okay. Well, you know, see what I do. I be listening to your words. You so baby. You know that baby Caruso. There. You know with that other baby. Possible. It's possible. Maybe impossible. It's possible
because we don't know the future. We're not wizards. We don't know the future. We don't know. You know, I'm not a wizard. I don't know the future, so I'm just going maybe. Because
okay. Well, let me just put it like this. I see the future being real bright. I see the future being real bright for the Chicago Bulls for the next 4 years.
It can be. It can be for a long time to come if they do this correctly. If nobody gets a big head, people don't start talking to the media thinking they're better than the other. I'm just worried Zach LaVine is gonna feel like he's not getting his just due and his love, and he's gonna start getting a little pig-headed, and he might start getting a little diva-ish. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Nobody else. I'm worried about Zach LaVine being a diva and wanting to leave.
And it's just like I told Flight about 15 minutes ago. I said, look at Flight, Zach LaVine would be a dang fool if he could get a Supermax and he going out there to a championship team too, and you will leave, or you will go west. Look, look here.
You know how many players in this league have been damn fools that are bigger than Zach LaVine?
Not like this, bro. But listen. These people don't run away from a championship team. They try to run to a championship team or run to money. He getting money.
I'm saying, but if you can go to another market where you can get more money than you can get for the Bulls, I'm afraid that maybe you'll start thinking money.
Look, listen, you're not listening to me. There's no such place. Because what the Bulls could offer them as far as money's wise, can't nobody else give them. They giving them the Supermax. Can't nobody team give them the Supermax like that. They can't give them no more.
That's not actually true, though, sir. I don't want to cut you off, but that's not an actual true statement. I just want to let you know that there are other teams that can offer him that, and that were in the talks with the Chicago Bulls about that. But you go ahead. You go ahead. I just wanted to get that out there first.
Whoa. Okay. You telling me something that I don't know. I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, there were other teams that were willing to trade. That were willing to trade players and give up picks to get Zach LaVine, and you can get the Supermax deal just like that. Believe me, in the NBA, you can make anything happen. Just like Daryl Morey said in the interview.
Whoa. Okay, wait. Right now.
Okay, I'm waiting.
This is why I won't. This is why. Okay, I'm glad you just kept on talking. This is why I won't agree with it, because I know in the NBA you can't make anything happen, because it was there even money. All these people's got money in the NBA, and they just don't make anything happen like that. So that just don't.
How do you think Harden got to the Nets? How do you like? I'm lost here. Look, I'm just trying to tell you something. I'm just trying to tell you something that I know for sure. And maybe you can disagree if you want to disagree, and that's totally understandable. I'm gonna tell you this that I know for sure.
Right.
In the NBA, owners and GMs can make anything happen in this league. You could trade 15 players and get 15 players back for your 2029 pick. That's you have to know the system of the NBA to know what I'm talking about. But Daryl Morey just did that.
Right.
They asked him a question.
Right.
How do you trade all these picks? How do you trade all these number one picks? And you don't get a number one pick. I mean, a first round pick until 2029. He said, there's ways around that. We already know. Miami Heat just did it. That's what I'm saying. There's ways to get around anything in the NBA, bro. If somebody wants to get Zach LaVine and they make a greater offer, they're going to get Zach LaVine, bro. If he wants to go. Now, that would be on Zach LaVine. I think if I'm Zach, I would take a little less money to play around players that can get me to the playoffs every season so I have a chance to win a championship. But that's just me.
I like James Harden. Remember, he had that attitude, like you just said. Thank you for doing the do. Like you just said, he had a chance to go out to to Philadelphia. He chose Brooklyn, and look what happened. So now he turns around and he's going right back to Philadelphia. Now that makes sense what you just said. To a certain extent, it comes down all the way to the player. and the player made one decision to go with this girl out in Brooklyn. Now you want to go with the girl over in Philadelphia.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
I
Facts. And you know, Daryl Morey's his boy. So, you know, they got a good relationship. So he's like, hey, Morey, get me out of here, bro. You know how we do together. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, it's your girl in Brooklyn, it's your girl in Brooklyn acting stupid. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I gotta get away from this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got me though, right? Like we used to always talk about. For sure. Let me come to Philly with you, baby.
Joe Murray said, "Let me see if I can make this work," and they made it work.
He didn't see. He didn't say, "Let me see if I can." He said, "Oh, I'm gonna make this work. I got you, Harden. Just give it a little time. Sit there for a minute. I got you. Don't worry. I got you." He made it happen.
No, Daryl Murray didn't make it happen. Harden made it happen because he let him know that he wasn't happy there.
No, I'm saying they have a mutual relationship. That's what I'm saying. So he's like, Harden's like, "Hey, Daryl, get me the hell up out of here." Yeah. And Daryl's like, "Hey, you know I love you. I'm gonna get you over here." Just like you said with the girls. Yeah.
It's called low-key tampering.
Yeah.
But like you said, but both teams had a mutual understanding, so that would be no charges filed. Yeah, but the whole thing came down to KD. KD wanted him out. KD wanted him gone. I know it. Hey, look here. I'm gonna tell you something. And they was yesterday on Flight Sports. Shout out to Flight Sports TV. They was talking about that situation where when LeBron was choosing his team and KD was choosing his team. You know what I'm saying? And they came down to the last picks. That situation wasn't about Harden. That was about what's his name? That one dude who played for Utah, that tall center. That was about him because LeBron didn't want to pick him.
Nah, that's not what it was about. No, they set it up. No. See, what they did was they set it up for KD to answer a question. I know, but they set it up for KD to answer a question because they knew what was going on with the whole Harden situation. They set it up so if they wanted to know, they was on some petty stuff. They was being petty. They set up the last two picks, right? And they knew it was going to come down to Harden and Gobert, right? And Harden just getting traded. They wanted to see, and they wanted to be petty to see if KD would take him or would he take. You know what I'm saying? Because then that would let the people know, okay, KD's not the reason why Harden, it's Kyrie. But no, it wasn't. It was KD the whole time. And that let you know right there. It was set up. Up. KD knew it. That's why he answered the way he answered it. And that's why LeBron started laughing.
You're right, because I realized at that time that KD had a problem with Harden making that decision.
Yeah.
That would Harden making that with Harden, you know what I'm saying? You know, with Harden making that decision, he had a problem with that by Harden leaving. I realized.
I'm gonna tell you the truth about this Nets team, right? Hey, I'm gonna tell you 100 about this Nets team, right? KD was all in for Harden to get there, right? As soon as Harden got there, KD found out that Harden was not who Harden was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He's a different Harden from what he used to play with. He started finding that out throughout the season, right? As Harden started to get his weight back, you know what I mean, again. He's trying to play into shape. KD didn't like that very much, but it was okay for him. But then remember when KD got hurt with that little knee, he had a little knee tweak injury, right? And he was out for 4 weeks or something like that. Now that whole time, Harden was the man. Harden was messing up so bad it wasn't even funny. He didn't care about basketball. The people in the locker room wasn't liking him at the time because he wasn't balling hard enough. Bro, it was getting bad, fam. It was getting bad. So KD started seeing this, and he was like, you know what? Nah, Harden ain't the one for here. Harden ain't it. So KD is the one that really made the phone call to get Harden up out of there.
Okay, this is why I say that I see what you said about that, but I don't agree with that because I already know right now Harden had a problem with Kyrie doing that thing about not playing them games and stuff, and so he was getting Harden was getting upset about.
But who owns that team? Who runs that team?
Who the leader of that team is KD.
Okay, okay. Nothing goes beyond KD. You look in LA. You think they're gonna make one trade without LeBron knowing what's up? Without LeBron ahead of time saying what's up? It's the same thing with KD. You got three big names in the NBA. KD, LeBron, and Steph Curry. Those three men, you are not going to do anything with your franchise without running anything behind them first.
Right, understand that. That's an organization. Right, that's the what's the name? That's the organization. That's a high ground organization. They do things like that. That's what they do. But they made themselves the most valuable people in the league. Curry wasn't set up to be the most valuable person in the league. He made himself that guy. So now him making himself that man and one of the faces of the league,
he has a say-so now. Now he has some say-so on what's going to go on if you want me to stay and go to state. You want to keep putting them butts in the seats? You want to keep making that grandiose money? You better do what that boy say.
Yeah, I realized. I knew what that about Curry. Not changing the conversation, but I knew that about Curry when he laid up there and let Melo go to when they picked Wiseman instead of picking Melo. I realized then that was on Curry. That was Curry that did that thing. And then what's the name took the heat for it. The coach took the heat for it. What's his name? He took the heat for it because of the fact that he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk bad about Steph Curry, but Steph Curry didn't want LaMelo there. And look at
now that part I don't know. I don't know because it seems like Curry just accepts anybody there as long as you can ball. So I don't know that one. You might be right about that one, sir. And I'm not going to say you're not.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. Look at Steph Curry. There you go. And then like what you had just said, look into that more and be open-minded to what you hear about that. Because look here, Steph Curry did not want LaMelo Ball with a Golden State. I'm telling you.
I'm interested in that. I'm interested in that. And I'm really gonna look at it. I'm really gonna look into that.
Okay,
that's dope. I want to know.
When I was saying all that, that made me think about what you just said. If Steph Curry wanted LaMelo Ball to go to State, where you think LaMelo Ball would be at? You just said it out of your mouth.
Yeah, you're right. You might be right. I'm gonna look into that whole Curry situation now because I'm thinking Curry might be another person. He might be a whole other person. I think.
Why you looking into that? Look into where's Wiseman at right now.
What do you mean? Where he's at?
Why you looking into all that? Look into where Wiseman is at right now. He's on the fringes of being up out of Golden State.
Well, yeah, because he's not cutting it, man. I mean, you're getting hurt too much. I can't pay you. I can't pay for that.
You real
I can't win with that.
You real smart. That don't make Steve Kerr and Curry smart do it because they said, "Look here, we don't need Melo."
No, I mean, not really. I mean, everybody thought Wiseman was going to be a beast, man. I mean, he look at him. The boy is actually a beast when he can play, but he's always hurt. You can't do nothing about that. Like that's just like AD. AD is a beast when he's not hurt, but the boy is always hurt.
My brother, I don't know what basketball games you be watching, but I ain't never seen one basketball game or heard about one basketball game that Wiseman was a beast in.
What? Really?
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Duh.
Okay. I've actually seen Wiseman be a beast on the court in some games. So, but all right, I feel you know.
Hey, well, if you want to go back to the Memphis, what's the name? The college team. What's the Memphis Tennessee?
He went to Memphis. He went to Memphis Tigers. The Memphis Tigers.
So if you want to go, I see them play out there. The 4 little games I see them play. He played real hard, real good on them. But I ain't never seen him play good like that in the pros. That would don't go.
I think Wiseman can be something, man. If he can stay out, if he can stay off injuries, if he can stay healthy, I think he can be something, man. But a lot of people, look at Joel Embiid.
I'm gonna go back and just say this because I don't want to get you off the leash too. I don't want to get you off the line too fast. I think if you go back and look at
why not? What do you mean? I'm not off the line. We chatting. I'm loving the combo.
If you go back and look at LaMelo's record and you see that he started off with being rookie of the year and going off into what he's going off to now, he's an all-star. And what did we talk about Wiseman? Wiseman didn't make rookie of the year. He didn't make all-star this year. Matter of fact, he ain't played this year.
Yeah, he's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt. I'm lost on the point that you're making.
His feelings hurt.
He said his feelings
hurt. This is my point. His feelings is hurt. Yeah.
Okay.
Get up under my, then my other part of my point is he gonna be up out of Golden State real fast.
Well, I mean, Golden State has been one of those teams that'll work with you if you're injured. So they've been working with Wiseman through his injury. They're not throwing him out there too fast. They're not pushing him to play too quickly. I think that's a good organization, actually, because a lot of organizations will push you to hurry up and play if I'm paying you this money.
Hey, you see Golden State coming out of the West?
I see them actually winning the West.
I don't know about that.
Thank you, Flight.
No, Flight might be right because I'm looking at Memphis. Memphis is a beast. So, I mean,
Memphis ain't for the win out. Memphis ain't for to come out of the West, brother.
Nah, they make it out the West.
Memphis ain't.
Who you got, Flight? Who you got, Flight?
Out the
Memphis
West.
ain't for the win because Memphis ain't. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's gonna be a coin flip between I think Phoenix and
Oh, fuck! I
and
forgot about that.
Golden State. I'm trying to think who else is a
Yeah,
dark
thanks.
horse, like who could sneak up on somebody.
You don't think Memphis can sneak up on any of them? Memphis, Utah?
No. It doesn't. No,
Okay.
not yet.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Let me just ask you this right quick. What about LeBron? What about LeBron and the Lakers? The way LeBron and the Lakers are playing right now, and knowing that AD probably won't be able to come back. Do you think it would be I'm just going off of what I seen the other night. I seen something a little different. When AD went down, it felt like the people that came in had a little bit more confidence, knowing that I don't have to wait until AD comes back. I can ball a little bit right now. Just my observation. I could be wrong, but it was just an observation I see. Who you say
felt like that? Who said after AD went down, they felt like they could bring it back up? Who you say did that?
No, I'm saying like people on the team that was coming off the bench, like Austin, like the Reeves, people like that are not seeing that much PT. Okay. Now that you got people that off that bench that can actually play, I mean, they can play. So why not see what they got, and see what goes on here? You have a chance right now to mix up this whole lineup, get some fresh blood in there, and do something different. Maybe that might shake up things after the All-Star break. Who knows?
That sounds good. That sounds good for 1 or 2 games in the regular season, but then it comes in there and allows a problem. Their abilities is not that great. You understand me? Even Russell Westbrook, the main one you leaning on to just step his game up, is not going to do it because of the fact he can't get in where he fit in. He can't fit into that offense with them people. It's not because of the coach's fault. It's just because of his play of the game. He takes up too much on the ball. By him taking up too much on the ball, he's not that consistent. He's not. Let me just put it like this. He's not a DeRozan.
I believe if you look, no, he's not a DeRozan.
Who's
never been a DeRozan. That wasn't his game. His game is not a DeRozan's kind of game. That's not his game at all. His game is an all-around game. DeRozan is a shooter, and that's what you can rely on. You know what I'm saying? He's not a passer. That's not DeRozan's game. Westbrook's game is to do all of the above.
My whole point.
And if you look at the stats, if you look at his stats, what you're saying is actually not true. If you're going off of Westbrook's stats, now looking at the game at the end of games when he be fucking up. I mean, I'm sorry, my bad, Flight. When he be messing up at the end of games, I see that part. I totally see that.
Go ahead, you right, you got it right.
But throughout the game, he's actually on point. It's the end of the games where he can't do it. Like, get the ball out of his hand, please. I totally get that. I'm with that.
You can't. Only way you can get the ball in his hands is just like that coach doing out there in Charlotte, sitting mellow down. That's how you get the ball out. I
honestly think if they have a good talk, Westbrook would know.
Only way you cannot sit Russell Westbrook down, because you have to realize how much he's getting paid a year.
No, I didn't say sit him down. I'm talking about sitting him down and talking to him as LeBron. Like him and LeBron sit down and talk, and LeBron can let him know, hey, man, toward the end of these games, fam, if you don't want the scrutiny, give me the ball. Don't try to take the last shot. Let me get it.
Russell Westbrook is hard. Russell Westbrook is hard-headed. He don't take
That's true.
To those
that is true.
Things. He deals with his. Russell Westbrook deals with his talent. He relies on his talent, his ability to do. His ability to do ain't as great as it used to be.
He's too fast. He's always going too quick. I think his mind is going too quick for the game. And he's thinking that everybody's going as quick as him in his brain and as fast as he is on the court. And people are actually slowing it down a little bit. Like, slow it down, Westbrook. Chill out, man. Run the offense for a minute. I know you see an opening and you just want to go. But chill out, slow down, and read the offense. And that's something that he still hasn't learned. He probably will never learn. And that's just on him. But maybe second half of the season, if AD is out, maybe that can happen. I'm just saying, maybe. Who knows?
Look at all that
as far as dark horses.
Look at all the part of the season where AD was out before AD just came back. And what was Russell Westbrook doing? Hopefully they're praying for AD to hurry up come back.
He was doing great until the end of the game. That's what Westbrook was doing. He was doing a great job. And then at the end of the games, he just looked like, what did you do? Why did you do? What were you thinking? So, yeah, I get that part.
He was getting his numbers. He wasn't making the team no better. All he was doing was getting his numbers. He was doing. If you look at Russell's whole career, he got his numbers. You can say one thing, he got his numbers.
But all the prime time players and the big stars in the league get their numbers. So I don't.
But then that will add up to win it. Because I give you another example. It's the same way with that boy out there in Cleveland. You understand me? He get his numbers. He ain't winning nothing. I mean, not Cleveland. I'm sorry, I'll take that back. The one
like Cleveland is a dark horse in the East right now. What you talking
about? Yeah, boy. See, there you go. You catch on real fast, don't you? He get this numbers. That'll add up to win it, though. That kind of stuff, that kind of attitude don't add up to what. And then I'm kind of afraid too.
You're right. No, you're right about that. I was just making. I was just saying that the numbers, people get their numbers, but you're right.
This is my whole thing too. I hope DeRozan don't do that. See, I know DeRozan ain't gonna do that because I know DeRozan.
That's not his attitude. That's not the kind of player he is.
And yeah, see, there you go. You catch it all. He's smart.
That's not the kind of person DeRozan. The person that DeRozan is, he's not that kind of person. He's not that character. He doesn't have that character.
Right. I agree with you, my brother. Thank you for making me feel rest assured. Because tonight I feel rest assured. I see them taking it all the way to the end. I'm telling you,
I'm scared. I'm literally scared for my Heat team now because there's literally now it can go. I can flip a coin in the East now on 4 teams: the Bucks, the Heat, the Bulls. Fucking 5 teams: the Bucks, the Bulls, the Heat, the Nets. In Brooklyn, in Philadelphia. You can flip a coin now.
Listen to me now. Listen to me real good. I'm going to give you some information now that's going to bust your bubble real fast, my brother. Look here.
Oh, please let me know.
The guard that's out there with that's out there in Miami. That's DeRozan's, one of the so-called best friends, right? You think DeRozan is gonna? Do you think DeRozan is gonna fall short by showing that young man why they are friends?
No. But but this is basketball. This is a team sport. So even if DeRozan has 34 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists, if they lose the game, they lose the game.
Listen, I understand that it ain't gonna be. We talk about 7 games. We ain't talking about just no 4 games. We talking about 7 games.
And you got to think about it with that young team over there with the Bulls. 7 games, that's a lot of time to mess up something.
Nope, because that young team they got out there ain't young at all. They're growing every leaps and bounds right now as we speak, as we talk. They're growing, growing.
They're still a young squad. They're still a young squad, and you still got Zach LaVine. And Zach LaVine is one of those players. You give me the ball, and who knows what might happen? I might score six threes in a row. Or I might miss all 6, but I'm shooting them. When you really should have passed probably 4 of those. You should have passed and maybe got a better shot. So it depends. It all depends. I just want to see the series go down and see how it goes. Because playoffs is a whole different story from the regular season.
I tell you what, out of a 7-game series, and you were relying on what you do. You ain't talking about DeRozan. Now we talk about Zach LaVine. Out of 7-game series, I see Zach LaVine sitting up there getting his numbers, and I see him getting up there on his percentage because his numbers.
I don't know about that with my Heat though, man. Have you been watching the Heat Bulls games?
His numbers. They
don't score. They're not high scoring games at all.
Listen, the reason why it ain't gonna be high scoring game because the Bulls play good defense, especially in their back.
You made the greatest point right there. They both play defense. Both teams play defense. I'm not sitting over here saying Jimmy Butler is going to get 34. I'm not saying Adebayo is going to get 27. I'm not saying Tyler Hero is going to bust out for 24. No, because I don't know. They're 2 great defensive teams, and at any moment playing great defense, your shot could be off the whole night. Your shot could be off for 2 games straight. Just because the defense that they're playing, and you might be a little frustrated. So now you're not shooting right. Then it might take a game or 2 for you to get back in it, and now you're busting ass. So who knows? I just waiting for the playoffs to see who gonna be that man out of those 2 teams.
Yeah, I agree. I have to agree with you because it remains to be seen. I have to agree with you on that.
Based off the way they play each other in the regular season, they go dog for dog. They don't play light on each other. So if that series is going to happen in the playoffs, oh, that's going to be beautiful. That is going to be old school basketball at its finest, right there, boy. You're gonna have 2 dog teams out there fighting, like pit bulls in the ring.
Yeah.
And this is where I want to see Lonzo. Now, this is what I'm talking about with Lonzo. This is where I want to see Lonzo be more aggressive. When it comes to playoffs, different story than the regular season. You can do all that hunky-dory stuff and be light-footed, and you can take your time in the playoffs. I mean, in the regular season a little bit. In the playoffs, you better go hard every damn play, every minute, every second in the playoffs. Ain't no time to waste. Ain't no time to be lackadaisical. I don't want to see you jogging down the court. You better sprint down that court and get back on the other end, or you better play half-court defense. That's what I want to see.
Oh yeah. You gonna see that? Matter of fact, I'm quite sure you gonna see that. I'm not speaking about his past performances because I never seen him play in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't know yet, so I want to see him dog eat. I want to see him dog eat dog.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Because his little brother got it in. LaMelo's a dog out there. He ready to fight every possession. He don't care. That's what I love. I love that little guy, man. That little guy inspires me to want to play. Man, he inspires people to want to ball out. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're on a team and it's frustrating sometimes, sit down and talk to this little young man. He's only 20 years old. But he is amazing out there and makes you want to be aggressive too. I need that from Lonzo. I need to see that fire. I just want to see just one time, go off on somebody, do something. Kick a Gatorade thing over us. I don't know, something. Let me see that. Let me see that fire.
Like sometimes when I'm talking to you, I be saying to myself, yeah, this brother getting it. And then when you make statements like you just made, I see you don't get it, man. Dude got that fire, man. They got that fire when it's necessary.
I do get it. We haven't seen it. What do you mean? I don't get it. You don't get it either because we haven't seen it. We both don't get it.
Listen. You know where that fire come through? That fire come through when they be saying that Lonzo don't sit up there and go to the hole like he do. And then he start going to the hole and getting those points. And then he get those fouls too when the referee be calling them fouls. They say that about Lonzo when he don't be sitting out there hitting them jump shots when he missing the jump shots when they were talking about this jumping the way it was going at first. Now he changed that and he got it going in now. They talk about all that stuff, but he improving those things. Even his part in the offense this season with them now, as we speak about today, his part in that is even being shown when he ain't even out there on the court.
But what about the times? Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go off that logic. What about the times he has been on the court and we've been on? I've listened to the stream and haven't even been on it. I've heard you on here too. There's been times you guys have dogged Lonzo for not being aggressive enough, going to the hole and shooting too many jumpers, and they're losing games. And Lonzo has 9 points, 7 assists, something like he has a single triple. I've heard you go off.
Was it me?
No.
I'm talking to him. No, I'm talking to him.
A lot of them fools.
A lot of people that be on here.
Right, I understand. No. You ain't talking wrong. You talking right. That's my whole thing anyway. Because I be saying, look here, a lot of these people be coming in. They be saying that because they want Lonzo to sit up there and Lonzo to do this. They want Lonzo to get 24, 25, 26 like his brother be doing. They want Lonzo to be like his brother. Lonzo's a pass pass first guard, which means he ain't got no problem with passing. He want to see other people do it too. LaMelo is that same kind of way, but Melo can go get his like he want to go get his, which is possible with Lonzo too to do the same thing, but he choose to do different.
Well, LaMelo is just more athletic. LaMelo is the more athletic brother, right? Lonzo is the more.
See that statement you just made. When you just made that statement, really don't stand true. Why? Because if you talk about being athletic, then Lonzo jumps a whole lot higher than LaMelo do. So how is LaMelo more athletic than Lonzo? In which way?
You can tell by the bounce on the court. Just look at him on the court. Even the games against each other. Hold on. Even the games against each other, you can see the athleticism that Melo has over his own brother. You can see it. But I digress. That's not even a point. The point is, he's the athletic brother, and that's great. Lonzo is the other kind of brother that wants to get everybody involved past, everybody now we all love. You know what I'm saying? And Jello is the more calm. I'm gonna do whatever you need me to do when you need me to do it. Other than that, I'm not gonna make no gripe about it. I'm not gonna do it's everybody's different, and that's okay. But for the Bulls, right? And for the East, and how dog the East is right now, I just need to see a little Melo in you. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Okay. I'm not saying do nothing more or less. Go out there and score 9 points, but give me 17 assists. Give me 10 rebounds with that.
All right. All right, let me ask you a question right fast. Okay, when you go right back, just not go right back to where we at now because we ain't never seen the brothers play together. So I'm gonna go
Uh-huh.
right back to the last time we seen them play together. When we can't go to the pros right now because we never see them play together in the pros. So I go
Mhm.
right back to when they was playing in Chino Hills. I remember that you the leading scorer on that team. You understand me? Wasn't LaMelo, and it wasn't Lonzo.
I know it was Jello.
Yeah,
I'm a little lost on why we're going.
yeah, boy. I'm telling. Oh, see now, since you didn't caught up, you understand me? And I
No, I've
remember
been caught
seeing
up. I'm
LaMelo.
just a little lost on why we're going all the way back there.
Okay,
I'm
right.
been caught up. I know
This is
Jello's
where I'm
probably
going.
the better player.
This is where I'm going with this. I remember seeing LaMelo. I seen the game. I watched the game when they got that 92 points. I watched that game. You understand me? And I knew that he was a scorer then. You understand me? I knew his mindset was about scoring. I
Yeah.
watched all what Zoe did. His mindset was about scoring, about leading, and about getting wins. Ain't none of them step up out of their place now. I see Jello having that same mindset about getting points, shooting them threes. LaMelo doing it just like he doing it, and Lonzo doing it just like he doing it. So
You just
in
said
my mind,
you just said what I said, but in your own way.
you don't let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
In my
All right.
mind, Lonzo is not decreasing or digressing in any kind of way.
I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
You said he don't do this, he don't do that. That's
I didn't
you
say
said
he
he
didn't.
don't do.
No.
You said you
Stop.
wait for him. Listen
Please,
to me.
please.
Listen,
2
don't
seconds. 2
you
seconds,
wait for
brother.
him
2
to be
seconds, brother.
more aggressive.
Brother,
You
2 seconds. I said
said you
one,
wait for him to be
brother,
more.
2 seconds,
Go ahead.
brother, because you're misquoting what I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
now. All right, now you're just misquoting me. You were the one talking about all these
Go
people
ahead.
talking about Lonzo don't do this, Lonzo don't do that, don't do that. I agreed with you, and I said I don't need
That's what
Lonzo
you
Ball to
said.
do more. Sir, let me finish what I was saying because it's on the stream. You can hear me. I never said anything that you just said. I said all I said is I need him to be. I want him to show the aggression that I see
There
in a
you go.
LaMelo. That's it. That's all I said. I didn't say shoot less. I didn't say shoot more. I didn't say none of that. I only said if you're going to score 9 points, give me 17 assists and give me 10 rebounds. You can do that because of how good he is. So I don't see what I said anything about he's digressing or he's progressing. I didn't say any of this, sir.
Okay, you said you want to see. So, like I'm saying, what I was just saying at first, when I saw them three play together, and then I was in Chino Hills, I used the same example, and I said Lonzo was giving them the same production he's doing right now with the
Yeah,
Chicago
but you
Bulls.
grow as a person.
He's
He's not a 12-year-old anymore. You're gonna grow as a person.
See,
He's not 12.
You
He's not
would.
12 years old. 5'4". Okay, the dude is 20 years old at 6'7". Come on, bruh. What are we talking about now? Chino Hills? Really?
No, what I said Lonzo. I didn't say LaMelo. I said Lonzo about
It doesn't
growing.
matter who
I
LaMelo,
never.
Lonzo, Jello. It doesn't matter who it is. The better player at Chino Hills,
Listen,
hands down, was
listen.
Jello. Okay, hands down
So,
was Jello. But now the hands down better player is LaMelo. What's the problem? It happens.
Oh, what are you saying, Chance?
wait, I know
I
he was
misheard.
talking.
When they were younger, right? Hands down to me, the better player was Jello. When they were younger.
Lonzo.
Oh, okay, you say Lonzo, I say Jello.
See, there you go.
Like I said, I guess everybody's gonna have their own preference. We're
No,
gonna
everybody's
be
gonna have their
talking
own
for days
opinion.
on
I'm not
that.
knocking your opinion, sir.
Jello was the leading scorer.
So wouldn't that make
player? Lonzo was the best player, my brother. That's what I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying.
And I totally and I'm not knocking you that Lonzo was a great player as a kid. I'm just saying, as far as all around playing on the court, offense, defense, rebounding, assist, I believe that Jello was a better player when they were younger. Okay, being older, I still think Jello probably could be one of the better players of the brothers. But LaMelo being in the league, he can't really show what he can do. So them two being in the league is all I have to go off of, right? So with them two being in the league, Lonzo and LaMelo, I have to say that LaMelo is more aggressive than Lonzo. They're both athletic. I believe that LaMelo being 6'7" and growing into his own, only being 20 years old, is more athletic, and he can only be more athletic later, right? Lonzo, being an older brother, a couple of little nagging injuries, things of that nature, he might have to change his game up. He's not going to be more aggressive. He's going to be smarter with how he plays now. So if you're going to score 9 points, you're not going to go to the bucket aggressively how you used to. Give me 17 assists. Give me 10 rebounds. That's all I'm saying. That's what a Chris Paul would do, right? He has the same mindset as a Chris Paul. I believe Lonzo does.
17 assists and 10 rebounds, huh?
Now, if you're going to give me 9 points, if you're going to give me 8 points, you can't have 12 assists. You can't have a double-double and assist and rebounds.
At what point?
No?
Matter of fact, Melo ain't getting no 17 assists and 9 rebounds. So at what point in this is my point again. I'll go right back to it again. At what point in Lonzo's career, high school, college, or even in the pros, where Lonzo was getting that kind of numbers? Except it's mandatory on your part that he get those numbers.
Wait. Okay, now what are you saying again? When was what?
When did Lonzo ever get them kind of numbers you just registered? You just want him to get. When did he ever get those kind of numbers? Not just playing in the pros, because he ain't never got them in the pros. We go right back to college when he was at UCLA. He never got them at UCLA like that. When did he ever get them kind of numbers?
So what are you saying? He's not. So okay, hold on. Now with you saying that,
what I'm saying,
that brings up a whole other.
He's a pass first guard.
Sir. You just made a point right now, and I want to go off your point. I agreed with you earlier. He was a pass. What did I not agree with? Tell me one thing I did not agree with you on that, except for the aggressiveness. I know he's a pass first guard. I know this, sir.
What we don't agree with is your.
So you just said, with him being a pass first guard, why can't he have 17 assists? Why can't he have 12, 13, 14 assists a game? With him being a pass first guard, if you can't average more than 10 assists a game, is that what you're telling me?
And winning too? Who are you gonna be passing it to? Zach LaVine and DeRozan?
Those are his teammates, aren't they?
Hey man.
Hey boy, I'm telling you. There you go. Now you get it.
We're gonna be going off today is figuring out that scenario, how that happened. But like I said, it was a lot of different situations. That first season, he averaged 7 assists. So I think he was on his way on the upwards of doing some big numbers with the assist game. Like I said, you got LeBron James rolls in there. I would think that would stifle some of your assist numbers. I'm not making no excuses, but it is what it is. We'll never know. But we can say whatever we want to say about the stat sheet. We know he's capable of putting up those numbers.
Exactly.
On any given night. It's just a matter of when will he do it.
Exactly. That's all I've been saying this whole time. I need him to be more aggressive with who he is. Be you. Just be more aggressive as you. Stop being so light with it. I've seen too many games. You're half jogging down the court. You know what I'm saying? You got the pass. You got the shot or something. You just give it up or something like that. Bro, be you, fam. It's okay to be you.
Right.
That's all I don't know what I said wrong. That's all I was saying about him.
Well, Zoe is the one. When you say Zoe be you, Zoe is the one, man. He gets to win. What he want to do and what he have to do and what he.
Look, this is an NBA. It ain't when you want to do nothing. It's you better do what you want to do. You better play up to your athleticism. You better play up to your ability, or you ain't gonna be in the NBA long, or you'll be on another team.
Okay. Now you said that
when you want to do, you want my ass.
Listen to me. Okay, now you got it. Look here, this is the NBA. When you sit up there, you talk about wins. You got to know how to win. First of all, you just don't come in and just step off somewhere and just say, I'm coming in, I'm just going to win. You have to learn how to win. First, you got
to Big Time, I hear you all the time, man, and I love you, man, but you be contradicting yourself, boy. One minute, he got to learn how to win. So he don't know how to win now?
It's like I said. First, you have to learn how to win. Zoe, look here. As far as what they see about Zoe right now, they don't see Zoe as being no winner because it's just like with you.
No. I don't want to hear what nobody else got to say about Zoe. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think. I don't want you to say nothing else about how anybody else feels. I want to know how you feel about Zoe.
Okay, now look here. This is my thought about Zoe. Zoe is a winner. He not only was he a winner when he was younger. He a winner now coming into it because
okay. Right there on that statement. You just made a statement earlier and said he has to learn how to win.
Ask me something, but you want
is he a winner or does he have to learn how to win? Which one is it?
He got to learn how to win coming into the NBA because you got to.
But you said he's been a winner. Hold on. You said he's been a winner. If you've been a winner, you don't have to learn how to win. You already know.
Who are you talking about, Chaz? Lonzo?
We go to Tino here.
No, he said, look, this is what his statement was. Lonzo's always been a winner, right? And then he said a minute ago, you have to learn how to win. So I'm trying to get where he's coming from.
Chaz, what are you doing tomorrow?
I'm working as usual.
The UCLA.
Oh, you work around? You off today?
No, I'm working right now. I'm on the job.
Yeah, I need you to get back on this live tomorrow.
Okay. It was my phone messing up or something.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't walk away from this computer with you saying all this shit you saying. You understand? Because I don't know if you need somebody to counter some things, but you might be making some points. But I got some points too. But we're gonna get into that tomorrow because we got to get up out of here. We appreciate all y'all, man. It's Flight Sports TV. Y'all go support that LaMelo drop. It's Flight Sports. We're getting up out of here.
Much love, Flight. Thank you, man.
That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Like I said, Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.